Okay, so standing taller, pulling the tummy in, lifting the shoulders up, back and down. Let's try that again. Breathe in to lift and out to roll. And again, breathe in and breathe out. Let's have hands on shoulders, elbows up, round and back, breathing in and out, breathing in and out. 2 more. And the last one. Arms down. Let's move into side bend slowly there. Drawing the hand up the rib cage. Reaching away with the bottom arm. Keep that moving. Oh, morning, Jill. You seem to have your head cut off. Are you on a shelf? There you go. Real. Come to centre. Grip the pelvis. Soften the knees. And let's move through pelvic tilt. So, pulling the belly button towards the backbone, softening down that tailbone, moving through hips and lower back. Just one more time there. Good. Let's rotate the full length of the spine. And then let's bring the feet back to narrow. Tuck, soften the knees, lift the rib cage up, fingers to temples. So coming up and across. Inhaling up, exhaling to side bend. We're trying to keep the pelvis still, guys. So 1 or 2 more, finishing to your left. And relax, brilliant. Okay, coming down to the legs, standing on the left leg, right foot in front, lift it up and flex and point the foot. Can we flex and point the wrists as well? Let's rotate. Other way. And relax and change. Please forward and lift, tummy in, flex and point. Rotate. Other way. And relax. Give everything a good shake there. Let's go hands behind the back. Feet shoulder width apart now, a bit wider. Soften the knees. Want you to maintain this neutral spine and start to hip hinge. Now, if your back and your hips are still stiff, go slowly. Keep it small. Start to go a little bit lower if there's no back pain. So drawing the shoulder blades together around the back, opening the chest at the front, hands are resting on the tailbone, we're leading with the chest. Can we hold it down here if that feels okay on your back? Guys, if you can bring your hands to your temples, we're going to stretch and shoulder squeeze. Now, if that's too much on your back, then just come up or leave your hands behind your back. So we're adding a load, working through the shoulders. 4, keep pulling that belly button in. 3, 2, last one. Hands on thighs. Can we roll through the spine? Flexion and extension. Breathing out to round your back. Breathing in to arch your back. Slowly, full length. One more in either direction. Uncurl all the way and release there. Super. Good. Okay, leaving your feet shoulder width. Brace the abs. Sway the weight forward. Come onto the toes and balance. Come on down. Sit back, squash. Pulse. 3, 2, 1. Push through thighs. Lift heels and balance. Come on down. Sit back and squash. And come on up. Breathing in to stretch. Breathing out to lower. Going to do one more round. Finish with a heel raise. Good. Give everything a good old shake and then grab your band for me, please. So band across the palms. Feet in tightrope if you can. Tail tucked under. Take a breath in, breathe out and pull on that band. So once you've done a couple of pulls on that band, decide whether it needs to be shorter or longer. Are you feeling the chest opening at the front? Are you feeling the shoulder blades draw towards the spine? Can you press? Come on down and in. Rotate, press. Come on down and in. Take your time. Breathing steadily as we go. Last one here. Come on down. Change legs. Wide overhand grip. Tuck your tail. Float your arms up and over. And come all the way down to your tailbone if you can. You might need to make your band quite loose to do that. But then as the shoulders start to stretch, you may feel like you can bring your hands a little bit closer together on the band. Get a bit more strength work. So watch as you're doing this, that the shape of your spine isn't changing. So you don't want to be leaning back. Keep that moving, please. Just going to adjust the angle of my camera slightly. Got 2 to go. And last one. And relax, shrug those shoulders. Brill. Fold the band in half. Put your heels together, turn your toes out. So toe slide, knee lift. Balance. Come down. Other leg. Toe slide, knee lift. We're going to lift the knee and hold. We're going to rotate through the upper half of the body if we can. And then coming centre and down. Keep that moving, please. finish on the left. And then we'll get rid of our band and we'll come on to our hog. So I want you to come onto the smooth side of your hog, please. Step in the middle and then widen your stance. And then just pedal the feet. Get your brain used to being on that hug. And then hold it there. Good. Swaying forward, lengthening up, breathing in. Coming down. Hinging from the hip, brace the abs. Rock. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Push up. Lengthen, breathe in. And breathe out, come down. Sit back and rock. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and come up. So let's stay with this now at your own pace. When you come down and rock, try to rock for 8. Gonna do one more round. Good, pedal the feet. So from here, put your heels together, turn your toes out. Let's go for a slightly different one leg balance. So pull the tummy in, lift the right knee and hold, take the right arm out, and then open the hip, close the hip and the arm, and step down. So lifting, arm, leg, both come back, step down. So just let's carry on with this at our own pace. And if you can get your arm and leg to go together, then that's fine. If it's too much movement, just layer it up a little bit more. Going to finish with one on the left. Once you finish, let's have a pedal. And then, guys, with your toes and heels together, squatting off the side. So coming down and together. Slowly from right to left. Let's come to the right and pulse here for 8, 7, 6. Hands can be anywhere you want. 4, 3, 2, 1. Come up. Change sides. Hold and pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Let's try that 2 more times. Come on up. Over to the right and pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And last one. Pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on up and pedal up. Good. Feet wide. Tail tucked. Hands across the chest. Rotation. Breathe in. Breathe out, rotate. Hip Hips are forward. Come center. Make sure your knees are soft, not locked. Make sure you're pulling your belly button in. Rotating from the shoulders downwards. Breathing out to twist. Breathing in to come to center. Breathing out to twist. Breathing in to come to center. Couple more. Breathe out and twist. Breathing, come center. Breathe out and twist. Breathing, come center. Relax and pedal. Good. Okay, leaving your right foot on the hog. Small step back on the left foot. Hip hinge. Coming down into a hamstring stretch. Hands on the bent leg. Lift your bum so you start to feel it stretch down this straight leg. And then rock the hog and really lengthen your spine. So you've got a big hinge here at the hip. I can feel that in my bum, my hamstring and my calf. Uncurl and change. Hip hinge. Now, long spine, straight leg, lift both buttocks up, hands are on the bent leg, rock the hop. Uncurl, and give your legs a shake. Brilliant. Let's get rid of the hog. So, coming into our roll down next, find yourself a spot where you have space to walk out, might be on or off your mat at the moment. Arms coming up, breathing in, looking up. Arms down, breathing out. Nodding the chin, rounding the shoulders, and just rolling down to the bottom rib. Let the arms sway. Breathing in. Breathing out and rolling up. Go again. Inhale. You can extend the spine and the shoulders if you wish. Come on down. Nod your chin. Flexion. Round your shoulders. Rolling down slowly. Can we come? Hands. Shin height. Sway the arms. Breathe in, breathe out, draw the belly button in as you roll up, protect the back and stretch the spine. Inhaling up, exhaling down, nod round and roll. So we're now going to go as low as we can without the hands touching the floor. So ankle height, sway your arms, keep pulling your belly button in, make sure your knees are soft. Uncurl your spine. Super. Okay, so couple more of those if you need them. Otherwise, walking forwards through downward dog. Placing body weight into the hands. Hanging about in downward dog if you can. Pedaling your feet. Coming to plank if you can, holding that for 2 breaths. That can be on hands or elbows. It can be on toes or knees. Add in a couple of press-ups when you're ready. And then coming back. So, option of 4 different positions there. Roll down, roll up. Downward dog. Plank and or press up. Working at your own speed and your own level. Nice steady breaths as we move through all of these positions. Make sure you hold the posture for a couple of breaths so that it's effective. please keep moving for me. I want one more round of everything, please. We're going to finish in the standing position and then we're going to bring ourselves to the floor. So please finish off your last set. Then can you tip your screen? So that hopefully I can see you on the floor, you can see me if you have the space there. And then you want your weights, your ball, your bands and your hug. If you know that you need a cushion or a block under your head, please make sure you've got that. And then can we come down onto all fours? So take a minute to set yourself up. And then please join me for cat stretch. So spine going through flexion and neutral. Option to add extension. Good. So rolling slowly. The full length of your spine. Well. Can you come to neutral spine now? And we are going to do hip strengthener. So, going to kneel on the hog to do it. If you think that's going to be uncomfortable, kneel on the floor. Knees in the middle, and you want your knees together as opposed to hip width, because we're going to take one foot off the floor. Hands are shoulder width. Make sure you have weight in your hands. Tuck your toes under at the back. Slide your right leg away. So maintaining stability through the pelvis. Lift the leg up, cross it over to the left side without the spine moving. Lift it back up. And tap it out to the side. So we're going to keep this moving slowly. I want you as your hip releases to gradually try to make the movement bigger, provided the spine's not moving. Think about what you can feel. You should have weight into your hands. It shouldn't all be back into the hop. Get the weight forward. And so 2 more toe taps on this leg, please. And then come back and change. Guys, have a little release of your back if you need to release your back. And then slide the left toe. Maintain the neutral spine. And off you go when you're ready. So just make sure that the pelvis is square. So imagine you've got headlights on your hips, full beam to the mat, no movement, breathing steadily as you go, and then gradually starting to make this bigger if that feels right for you. To go. And then knees come down. Guys, just give your pelvis a little release there. Going to stay on the hog. We're going to do press up. So can you take your knees wide now? So you've got a good base there. Walk your hands forward. And if your hands are under your shoulders now, which is where they should be, you can do tricep press up. If that's too stressful on your shoulders, take your hands wide and do chest press up. So chest press up is a little bit easier. Narrow press up is a little bit harder. Whichever one you're doing, I need you to have your body weight forward there. Breathing in on the way down and out on the way up. We are going to do 4 more if it's not hurting the back or the shoulders. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on back. Come on off the hog. Get rid of it. And then let's have a cat stretch and hold. So can you hold there in flexion? Really let that back release. And then sit back into shell stretch. So head on the hands, push your bum towards your feet and relax. And then can you just give your wrists a circle? Maybe give your fingers a wiggle. Bring your hands to the side of your knees, support your body weight, and uncurl your spine. Go, coming down onto the bottom for seated roll back. So have your weights nearby because we'll add those in. Get your chi ball or your cushion behind you and sit yourself down. Good. And then move the ball back a few inches from your tailbone. Hold the legs and sit right up with a straight back on the 2 sit bones. Pelvic tilt and land on your ball. And then make an assessment. Is it in the middle? Is it far enough away? Does it need to be closer or farther? Rolling back, letting go. Rolling forward. Inhaling up. Exhale, roll. Can we bow and arrow? So a couple more here. And then if this feels good, you can just stay with it. If you want to add a dumbbell, bring in your dumbbell, shoulder press, scoop and roll. 1 rotation, 2, 3 or 4, depending on how everything's feeling. Make sure you're bracing those abdominals. None of this should be irritating your back. The only thing you should feel is a stretch in the lower back and a contraction through the abdominals at the front. 2 more sets. Last one. Come on forward when you're ready. Get rid of your weight and then slump stretch over the legs. Take some breath. Uncurl the spine. Brill. Come on down onto the back. And then pop something under your head if you need it. Ball block a cushion. Hug your knees in. And draw a circle with your pelvis. So pull those knees in tight and lift the bum up if it feels okay. And then circle the other way. Lifting the bum up if you can. Get right into the lumbar spine And then holding in the center, continuing to release the hips with a single leg stretch. So front of the hip is stretching on the straight leg, back of the hip stretching on the bent leg. As you're doing that, let's load the abs by lifting the head and shoulders. Add in rotation for the waist. Maybe let go of your legs. Now, slow the whole thing down. Try to keep the shoulder blades off the floor. So don't just lift the head and neck. Shoulder blades need to be up. Good. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on in, well done. Let's have a full body stretch. Out we go. So allowing the back to arch, shoulders, rib cage extended. Let's take some breaths here into the diaphragm. Let me just turn this music down a smidge. Can we bring the arms back and then bring the legs back, please? Guys, with your feet and knees together and your arms out to the side. Can you roll the hips slowly from right to left? I want you to think about turning your head the opposite way if you can. Breathing in to drop and out to lift. Come on back to center. Let's have a look at chest flies. Can you pick up both your weights, please? Push them to the ceiling. Arms coming through wide chest fly. Start position, feet on the floor or feet in tabletop, spine imprinted. So let's get the arm pattern moving, breathing in to open and close. Slowly does it. You can either tap a toe to the floor or single leg stretch away. Now, if the back's not great, the leg is high. Otherwise, it can go quite close to the floor. If you're working with your feet on the floor, you can again stretch the leg or lift the knee. Choice is yours. So adding a leg pattern of your choice if you can. Most important thing here is to feel it through the chest and shoulders and to maintain the neutral spine. Feel that bracing feeling in the lower abdominals. And if your feet are lifted, there should be no gap at all under your back. If all of that is okay, you can try a double leg stretch. Now when you double leg stretch, you are adding twice the load. So if you're adding twice the load, you might not want to go as low. Your back might not be happy going too close to the floor. So keeping that moving, please. Good. Got 2 to go. Coming into last one. And relax. Everything comes in and down. Get your weights out of the way of your hips. Have your feet the full width of the mat. Arms out, palms up. Let's have a nice slow open knee hip roll to release the hip flexors there. And so you can roll quite far with this one if there's no pain. Let the whole of your rib cage lift, but keep your shoulders down. Focus on the leg that's dropping through the middle, lowering towards the mat. Good. So it's big and slow. Breathing in on the drop. And out on the lift. Last one. Coming back to center. Good. Coming into corkscrew next. So we need something between the knees. It can be your ball or your hog. Your harder option is to put it between the feet and ankles and take your toes to the ceiling. So I'll show you it in tabletop first. Hands are on the rib cage, dropping 45 degrees to the right, bracing the abdominals coming back. So your spine is capable of going further, but that won't load the abs. So stop when you get to 45 degrees where the ceiling meets the wall. And that will mean either the ribs stay down on the back of the mat or just 1 or 2 ribs lift, but no more than that. If we're wanting to work harder, toes go to the ceiling and fingertips might go to the ceiling. And then we'll sway the arms and legs in the opposite direction to each other and we'll corkscrew through the middle. If you're struggling, if you have back pain, please do this with your feet on the floor. So the more of us that are off the floor, the harder we'll work. The more of you that's on the floor, the more support you'll have. So if your arms or legs need to go back down, that's okay. Breathing in to drop and out to lift. Breathing in to drop and out to lift. We're going to have 1 or 2 more. We're going to finish with legs left. Come on back when you're ready. And get rid of your hog. Let's have big starfish stretch, 4 corners of the mat. Push your heels away, pull your toes back, open your palms and stretch your fingers. Take some breaths there. Bringing your arms and legs back over and in. Super. Put the right ankle on the left knee. Press the right knee back. Arms out to the side. Hip roll. You are aiming to get your knee to the floor on the right side and then your toe to the floor on the left side. I want that right knee to stay pushed back. So right knee staying pushed back as we breathe in to drop and we breathe out to lift. Coming back up to center and changing legs. So left foot, right knee, opening the hip and rolling slowly to the left and to the right. Breathing in to drop, breathing out to lift. come back over onto all fours, please. And we are going to do thread needle. So on all fours, with the left leg out to the back and the toes tucked under, I do want you to straighten the leg. Avoid your weight shifting backwards. I want the body weight forwards, right arm extending and threading the needle. And then option to do this with your band or your dumbbell. So choice is yours. You might be happy just doing it with your body weight. So I'm going to do mine with my dumbbell. Please make sure that this back leg doesn't bend, because that makes your pelvis start to move. Try to get the one arm press up in, unless you have an issue with your shoulder or your wrist. Good. So eyes are following hand. Everything is moving slowly. Got a really nice big rotation through the neck, shoulders, mid-back, upper back. Trying to keep the lower back pretty still. Just one more. Guys, when you've finished, bring the left leg in. Have a little stretch of your lower back. And then let's try it all on the other side. So right leg is out to the back. The hips are stacked, the weight is forward. Maybe try your first one with no weight. And then option to add your band is your harder option. And your hardest option is to add your dumbbell. So eyes are following hand once again. Got that really nice big spiral down the length of the spine. Eyes are following hand. Breathing in to open the chest. Breathing out to thread through and rotate through the spine there. Last two. Last one. And relax. Brilliant. Guys, let's stretch the spine. And then let's sit back and take the pressure off the wrists. So you might want to head on the hands, you might want to release your wrists, you might want to take your hands to your ankles and just relax there. So taking some breaths. Bringing your hands to your knees, supporting the body weight, uncurling the spine. Great. Coming down onto your bottom. Just come into slump stretch with your feet wide and relax there. Oh, we seem to have lost Jill. And then uncurl your spine for me. Can you now sit on the smooth side of your hop? So we're going to have a look at saw, which is our rotation. So we come up on the smooth side of the hop, and then you need your bum bones ever slightly forward of middle or middle, but definitely not in the back half because it will tip back. So once you're up on your perch there, take your legs out to the side, and then just tip your hog a little bit, and that should give you a deeper stretch on the inside of your thigh, keeping your spine lengthened. So let's bring the arms to chest height, and then let's open them out. Leaving your arms open, take a breath in. As you breathe out, rotate to one side. One arm goes back as the other arm goes forward. So we keep wide as we come to center. Inhale, we exhale and we rotate. Center, inhale, exhale and rotate. Spine staying long. If everything feels okay, we're going to add a little pulse. We're going to go 1, 2, and center. Little breath. Good. Breathing is out, out and in. Long spine. 4 to go. Last 2. Last 1. And center. From here, place your hands on the floor. Come forward and just relax. So you can curve your spine, you can relax your arms. Got one more set. You might be able to take your legs a little bit further back now. So go there if you can. And then uncurl your spine. Lengthen it up again. So taking the pulses away. Arms out to the side. This time we rotate. And you're aiming your little finger towards your opposite toe as you breathe out. Come on up, open the chest. Other way, little finger to opposite toe. Now mine's miles away on this side, but just reach in that direction. It's a little bit closer on the other side, but I'm still not there. So clearly I need to do this a bit more. Inhaling, opening, exhaling, reaching and tipping. Good. Two to go. Last one. So my last one's a bit closer than my first one, but not much. Bring your hands back down. Good. Can we maybe walk the hands further forward? Perhaps we can get our elbows to the mat. Hold that really nice deep stretch on your inner thigh. Walk your hands back in slowly. And then bring your legs together. Let's hug the knees and just rock gently there. Good. Hopping off the hug and finishing with full roll back. So if you don't need your band around your feet, you can go straight into this without your band around your feet. Sitting tall, scooping the pelvis. Please use your band if you need it. Rolling down very slowly with segmental control, taking several breaths. Extending overhead, breathing in. Breathing out, lengthening, trying to keep the arms high. Option for forward flexion. Good, lengthening up. And then option to hold halfway down and add rotation. So you can put your hands together, or you can hold your band, or you can add a dumbbell. Maximum of 4 rotations there. Come on down and stretch those shoulders. Nice slow flow on this exercise. Just controlled, continuous movement as we release the length of the spine and we strengthen the length of the arms. Option for forward flexion will stretch the hamstrings, and option to hold halfway down will strengthen the waist. Last set. So your last set wants to finish in the seated position. Take your time with that last set. And then let's finish either in a slump stretch or a cross leg forward fold. Holding here, breathing slow. Uncurling the spine. And then coming down onto the back to stretch the legs to finish. So band coming around the right foot. Holding a hamstring stretch. Elbows to the floor, leg is heavy on the band as we take it upwards and inwards. Then we lengthen away the bottom leg. We take a breath in. As you breathe out, can you maybe get a little bit more range of movement on that leg, please? From here, soften the back of the knee and just either sway the leg right and left or circle clockwise and anti-clockwise. You can do a bit of both if you like, a couple of each. And if you want a bigger range of movement, band can move from one hand to the other. If you've got a really tight spot, you can hang about in that spot and just take some breaths while it releases. Next one is your last one. And then we're coming to center and we're changing. Brill elbows are down. Leg is extended. Foot is flexed if possible. Push your tailbone down and gradually ease that leg closer to you, maintaining the hamstring stretch, holding it there. From here, softening the knee and swaying or circling your legs slowly. Let me just get a bit more music. So swaying or circling, thinking about the posture. You can take that over to single hand if you like. Make it slightly bigger. You can hold any tight spots for a couple of breaths. Come on back to center. And bend the knee. Slip the foot out of the band and come on over onto all fours, please. Let's just move through the pelvis flexion extension. And then let's tuck the toes under and come up into that downward dog. Transfer the weight back, straight arms and legs, and pedal the feet. Keep lifting the bum. Gentle foot pedals there. And then when you're ready, guys, walking your hands slowly towards your feet and uncurling your spine to stand slowly. Let's inhale and push to the ceiling. Exhale to the right, pushing the hip to the left. Inhaling up. Exhaling to the left, pushing the hip to the right. Coming to center. Dropping the arms and shoulder rolling. And rotate. Give yourselves a clap. Come on in.